Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing right now.
When the iPhone was announced, many people said that it was going to fail because you couldn't replace the battery. Well, lo and behold, it's become probably the number one phone ever in history. And not because you can't swap out the battery, at least with any degree of ease. To that point, I had mobile devices where I could swap the battery out. And honestly, I found that a kludge. It was a pain in the neck. I didn't mind that the battery was rolled into one tight package when it worked. And for the most part, it works. That being said, the iPhone 4 and the 4S, so this happens to be the 4S, tends to drain pretty quickly, especially with regular usage. Right now I'm at 89%, and the reason why is because I had it plugged in before the show because I had used it and it already, dwindled in terms of the battery that was available for me. So to better augment the battery power of the iPhone, since you can't replace the battery, you could get, attachments, external attachments, and we've written up a full-on article because we've done some analysis, and you may agree or disagree. And this is where I'm really interested. So go ahead, pull up the article right now, take a look. What is the best iPhone battery case? The article linked, of course, in the description. So I can tell you what my favorite one happens to be. What mine, again, this was a review unit, by the way. I did not buy this, but I will tell you why I like it and why I don't, and things to watch out for specifically in iPhone 4 cases in general. This is PowerSkin XPAL, and it works well enough. I'm happy. See, it's got a little hole for the camera and the flash, and I'll get to that in a second. But the reason why I like it is because it's easy to get the phone in and out of. It doesn't really add too much more bulk. It becomes a bit of a fatty, but I can charge this iPhone from death back up to within the 90 to 100% after it's been completely drained. So I certainly appreciate it. Let me see here if I can catch the... Yeah, looks like... Sorry, I was looking for a few more details, but all I really see is the serial number, and they slapped a sticker across it. But there's the logo on the other side, not too obtrusive, not too annoying. So I slip her in there, pop her down, and that's it. And I can tell that A, it's charging. B, Fireman Rich just sent me a tweet. Fireman Rich also watches the live feed, and he's saying he can't watch it in the car, apparently, or on the Wii he couldn't watch it. So with this battery pack, sorry, I think I sprained my middle finger. I'm going to get that looked at, and so if I put pressure on it, it hurts. I can see how much power is available here in the battery pack, depending on how many LEDs illuminate. So there's 4. There you go, so you can see it. And then there it is on the back. So the reason why I don't have it on me all the time, or I'm not using it all the time, is because inevitably most of my iPhone cables or charging cables will accommodate, like the dock connector. So... I have these types of cables everywhere, including in my car, in the bedroom, in the office. I mean, right here, at a moment's notice, it's right there, versus a micro USB connector, which I don't have a lot of right now. And I could get converters, but then you're carrying around something extra, and I'm really not a fan of carrying around anything extra, especially when I want to be mobile and not be tethered to too much. So I don't have this on all the time, but I keep it in an area of the house that if I'm heading out the door and I can see it's about to die and I know that I'm not going to have a lot of time to charge, I'll grab it and charge it back up and still be good to go. I also don't keep it on all the time because it produces flare. And this is a big shortcoming to, I would say, most, if not all, of the iPhone cases I use, including the one that I usually keep on it at any given time. This is just a generic brand, cost a couple bucks. It's just there for basic protection. It produces flare, and this is how you know if your phone case or skin is producing flare. Go to a darker area or point your camera towards a darker area in your home or whatever and take a picture with the case on. Then take the same picture, the same settings with the flash again, and then take the picture and then compare the two without the case, with the case and then without. When you take the picture with the flash with the case on, if it does produce flare, essentially the photo will be more washed out, like a bluish hue, a cloud is all over your photo, versus taking the photo with a flash in a low-lit area without a case on, it will look a lot more clear. And so every case that I've used has had, I would say, a pretty big issue with flare, and that's the reason why if I have a case on, it's something I can slip off real quickly if I need to use the flash for the phone. So this is, as I mentioned, the choice of mine. It was a review unit. I'm very grateful for that. But I'm pretty picky even with review units. We also have other options for you and other things to consider in the article, because my choice may not be your choice for several different reasons. But I'm very grateful for having something like this around at any given time, largely because you never know when you're going to need a battery. But just because the iPhone doesn't have a swappable battery doesn't mean that you can't use a battery pack. This, as far as I'm concerned, is pretty much the same thing as being able to swap out the battery, or even better than swapping out a battery. It's been nice to use, I would say. So if you have any other questions, concerns, maybe you had other suggestions to make in terms of an iPhone battery case, feel free to posit them, likely in the article on lockergnome.com, where the questions will be, or I guess I should say, your suggestions will be better categorized there than they will in the flood of comments on YouTube. But check it out. Maybe you'll like it. Oh, I'll put the link for where you can get this, by the way, in the show notes, or I guess the description for this video, if you didn't already look.